Hey, it is Kenny from Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my channel. Please like and subscribe. I sincerely appreciate that. In this video, I want to bring up the question, or bring up this topic. And the topic is I've seen a couple of videos, and they're talking about the sale of a John Coltrane Blue Train record that sold for $12,600. I want to get your opinion on that. And I also want to ask, what is the most you ever paid for a used record? Now, I'm going to leave my answer at the end of this video, and the amount's going to surprise you. The most I ever paid for a used record. It's going to really surprise you. But, or maybe it won't. We'll see. But I was quite amazed at I think it was sold on auction, that John Coltrane Blue Train record for $12,600. And I know some other records probably go much more than that. But that's an awful lot of money for a used record. I guess there are reasons why those records sell for that amount. I guess there's some people who simply like original pressings. I think this record, I think it's unknown if it's really a true original pressing, to the best of my knowledge, but a lot of people love having collections of used original pressings, and that's not really my vibe, be honest with you. I mean, if I find one out there, of course I'm going to get it for $1 or $2, but I don't go out of my way to purchase original pressings, at least paying top dollar for them. The ones that I've obtained over the years were purchased for, $1, $2, $3 a piece, and I have a lot of them in my collection. But like I said, I get the impression that, like I said, a lot of vinyl collectors collect vinyl, at least the OG pressings. Like I used to collect baseball cards in the day. I used to be a huge baseball card collector. I decided not to do it several years ago because I had to decide whether to just spend my money on records or baseball cards, and the records won out. But I started collecting baseball cards probably in sixth grade or something like that, and throughout high school and college, and maybe up to somewhere in my 40s. But I had to split my money between baseball cards and records, and both were getting thin. So I thought, several years ago I sold my baseball card collection, decided to concentrate on records. But yeah, I had at a young age, I had a 1933 Babe Ruth baseball card. I had a couple of 1955 Sandy Koufax rookie cards, 1957 Mickey Mantle card, thousands of cards. I was heavily into it, but like I said, the records went out. But I think a lot of record collectors collect with a like a baseball card collector's mentality, and that they like the collectability aspect of it, and they like having the best condition original pressings of a record. I also get the impression that a lot of vinyl collectors like that warm, original, OG pressing sound that was very close to the original analog master tapes. So I get it a little bit from that perspective. But like I said, $12,600 is an awful lot of money, especially during this reissue era we live in, because they're making high quality reissues. Like, for example, this Helen Merrill record. This was reissued from the original analog master tapes. And I'm not sure because I don't have an OG pressing, but my guess is perhaps this pressing that was made by audiophiles, for audiophiles, from like legendary mastering engineers like Bernie Grunman, Ryan K. Smith, Kevin Gray. They were made by audiophiles, for audiophiles, and meticulously mastered. And a lot of these remastering issues rival and often beat original pressings. So I can understand the point of view, and I have this point of view to some degree, that why would you pay a lot of money for an OG pressing when some of these original pressings could be had, reissue pressings I should say, could be had for like, $30, $40, $50, $60 versus paying thousands of dollars. I'm not so sure I understand that point of view, other than the collectability aspect of it. You know, people wanted original pressing from the collectability aspect of it. But from a sonic point of view, I'm not so sure I agree with that. I bought this saxophone Colossus. And when I first bought it, I thought it was original pressing. It's not. I think it's maybe a year or two removed from an original pressing. But I paid $2 or $3 for this at a swap meet. And my reissue record from Analog Productions, at least in a copy I have, sounds a bit better than original pressing. This is Bill Evans' Portrait in Jazz. I paid $2 or $3 for this at a swap meet, but I would not pay full dollar. I would not pay full dollar for original pressing. Like I said, I paid $2 or $3 for this at a swap meet. But some of these reissue pressings I know online sell for a lot of money. I bought this Bill Evans, it's Bill Barron Modern Windows record for $1 at a thrift store. Can't beat that. But, you know, this is the most I paid for at a swap meet. I'm going to reveal the most I paid for online for record. Most I ever paid for at a swap meet was $10 for one record. This was sealed when I purchased it. Miles Davis, Original Master Recordings, Bitches Brew. And these Original Master Recordings, I paid, over the years, I paid $1 or $2 for them at thrift stores. The bulk of my records were purchased at thrift stores, estate sales, yard sales, mostly thrift stores. And I was collecting them at the time, you know, when I started collecting records very heavily, let's say in the early 80s, in the mid 80s, people getting rid of records and taking them to thrift stores. And I was going to thrift stores from that time up to now. And the thrift stores were selling them, those records, 2 for $1, $1 a piece, $2 a piece. And I was finding all these great pressings at cheap prices. And that's how I built the vast majority of my collection. You know, yes, I still buy brand new reissue records like some of these UHQRs up here and, you know, MoFi high quality reissues and stuff like that. But the vast majority of my collection was buying used records at mainly thrift stores at pennies on a dollar, like $1 a piece. So I never paid a lot of money for original pressing. And I have a lot of original pressings in here. I do. But the most I ever paid, at least online, for a used record was this one. This is the most I ever paid for a used record. And I paid $10 for this record. I think, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years ago. I forgot. I paid $10 for this record. I love this record. I want it in the worst way. But I didn't have to pay a lot of money for some of these OG pressings because they were easily found at thrift stores. But what's the most you've ever paid for a used OG pressing? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Like I said, mine's $10 because I didn't have to. Like some of these reissues up here, these Impex, not Impex, this Impulse Jazz records. They were like $1, $2 a piece at thrift stores. That's how I got them. So please leave how much you paid, the most you ever paid for a used record in the comment section below. And also comment on that record, that jazz record for selling for $12,600. I know there are other records probably sold much, much, much more than that. That's a lot of money. I assume that person who purchased that $12,600 record, I assume they must have an awesome stereo system if they have buying a record for $12,600. It's a lot of money. But mine is $10. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank you very much for viewing my video. Please like, subscribe. God bless, strong love, and keep the peace worldwide.